Okay, just as a quick instruction concerning how to use Pizzera, you bring up Pizzera, make sure that you choose Huffy there. It's the only lossless codec that you have there. You'll bring over your MP4 file, and then you'll hit convert. And what that'll do is it'll save an AVI with the same name in the same directory as that file, as long as in your settings there is it shows that it's saved in the same directory. It is at this time that we're going to start a script that will help us to align the desired focus, the point of interest in our video. This script, which works in conjunction with both ABI Synth and Virtual Dub, will need to be placed in the same folder as our video that we're going to be changing. You could put it in a different folder, but it would require you to put the full path in the AVI script, and this actually makes it quite a bit easier just to make it so that we can see only our video being referenced instead of the entire directory path. So let's go ahead and start off with the video itself. We'll work with two scenarios here. One, either parallel left-right single video with both the left and right sides are showed in the single video itself, and we'll also look at if you have like a dual camera setup and you choose the right and left side from separate cameras. So let's look at the name of the video. I just called this one single 3D vid.avi. Now, in order for ABI Synth to understand it through the script, it does have to be in quotes and parentheses. As you remember, this video that we're working with is an AVI, of course, using the Huffy codec. But ABI Synth just understands it as an AVI, and so that it looks at its source as an AVI source. Its source video is an AVI. And this reference to this video that we have will need to be placed in a variable. It can be named anything that you like, but to keep things simple, I'm going to call the single 3D vid just vid, VID. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. It's not case sensitive there. So if you start capitalizing and then use smaller case and larger case, it doesn't matter. It will still recognize the video for what it is. That's our first line. Bid equal AVI source, parenthesis, quote, single 3D vid.avi, quote, parenthesis. Nothing follows at the end, no semicolon or anything. Just that. And that references our video. Now, if you wanted to reference the dual cam vid, let's use our variable name as vid1 and vid2, not vid left, vid right, because we're going to be using references to the left and right in other variables as the script goes on. So we'll look at we'll have like two files there: dual cam left.avi, dual cam right.avi, and that's just to keep it simple. And then we'll use as variable names the left and right later on. But so let's just call that bid 1 and bid 2. That will set up our videos from the dual cam setup in the AVI Synth. And just going into, if you do use dual cam files, make sure that each of the files is of equal length. So you'll want to have the video synced up to the desired first frame, and then from that point, you know, be equal length, and you can set that up through Virtual Dub, experimenting with that a little bit. If you ever wonder how to sync something up, sometimes it's good to have a cigarette lighter and just use the flash of it, something that doesn't even last a second, that's bright, and just kind of line it up that way. Just an idea. For our single stereo file, we're going to need to separate it into two variables. The nice thing about the dual cam is that it's already done for us, but we have to separate the right and the left into two separate variables, not necessarily two separate video files, just two separate variables that that Virtual Dub will be able to recognize as separate video files through ABI Synth script. And these type of 3D videos, they tend to stretch the file top to bottom, or shrink the video left to right, whatever the case may be. We're going to want to have both the left side to be regular size, the right side to be regular size. And so we've got the video that's currently at 1280 by 720. We'll want to have a left video file at 1280 by 720 and a right video file at 1280 by 720. What's cool about ABI Synth is that you can both extract one of the halves and resize it to be normal size in a single line. Now we crop and resize the halves by ABI Synth commands, and these commands have parameters to set the desired effect. These commands can be joined together as long as they have a period separating them. Now for a left-right 3D file, you name your variable, say for the left side, vid L, and then crop out the right side. Crop in this instance has 4 parameters. The first parameter is left, second parameter is top, third parameter is right, fourth parameter is bottom. When setting the right and bottom parameters, you'll need to use negative values. In order to save the left half, we'll need to crop out the right side. So if this is a 1280 by 720 vid, we'll be cropping half of 1280, 640 pixels. We have our 640 by 720 left view vid. We stretch this back to 1280 by 720 by using a resize command. ABI Synth has two: bilinear resize and bicubic resize. Bilinear works best when shrinking the image. Bicubic works great for enlarging the video. Bicubic resize is shown here with 4 parameters. We'll only use the first 2. The last 2 are for tweaking the quality. First parameter is the width, second is the height. If you have dual files from 2 camcorders, of course you don't have to worry about cropping this first step, as I mentioned. If you're taking a standard 720 by 480 file from a DV camcorder and you want to enlarge to complement HD screens, you'll need to use the one bicubic resize command. Now we will do our right file. We crop out the left 640 pixels and resize. Great. As far as ABI Synth is concerned, whether working with dual cameras or a single 3D file, we have both of our sides prepped and ready to go. For the next 4 lines, we are going to write the parameters as 0 until we start tweaking our vid in Virtual Dub. These next couple lines are the heart of our work. This is where we add a border to one side of each vid and cut off the opposite side. This will center our 3D video. Add borders is like crop in taking parameters, first left, second parameter top, third parameter right, fourth parameter bottom. Unlike crop, when you add a border to the right or the bottom, it isn't a negative value. Say we need to move each of our videos 16 pixels to focus in on a background object. We will add a border 16 pixels wide to the left of our left side vid. This will make the video 1296 by 720. We want it 1280 by 720. Therefore, we will crop off 16 pixels off the right side of that video, and we'll do the opposite to the right side vid. So the vid is centered the way you like it. But you'll notice when looking through red-blue glasses that each of the sides has a single view overlap. That just happens to be the same width of our tweaking in the previous step. Let's crop and add borders to that as well. This time though, it's best described as cutting off a side and replacing it directly with a black bar. By the way, this is just a little side note. Back when videotapes were beginning to make the transition to DVD, and not that many high-definition TV sets were on the market, there was a bit of contention on being able to see the whole movie, the whole image, and not just the cropped pan and scan version of it. Directors like James Cameron would film in just a way that if a movie showed on TV, you'd see more of the top and the bottom of a film than in the theater. And in the Cineplex, you'd see more of the right and left of the image. Bear in mind, when working with your video in this way, that the first step cuts off 16 pixels from your image. And the second step also cuts off 16 pixels. So with any centering, you will lose a certain amount of visual information. Finally, we will use the stack horizontal command to place our videos side by side when going in the virtual.